Welcome to the newest installment of the Untitled Film Nerd Project. My name is Philip, and joining me as always is TJ.
Hello.
We march on with our 5th annual 31 Days of Horror, where we watch a different horror movie every single night in October. We're on October 24th, and our movie was ATERRADOS, aka Terrified. Before we get into it, spoiler warning now! If you want to avoid spoilers, skip ahead to the time code you see on the screen. All right, let's get right into cast and crew rundown. This is going to be pretty short. I actually had to go to the movie to get these because the cast listing on IMDb does not have the actual characters' names. So I had to know who was who. So I had to go to IMDb for that, or to the movie for that one. This was written and directed by Damien Rugna, and FYI, I don't know anyone from this movie. So this is a Argentinian horror, so I'm not really adept at that, unfortunately.
Mm-hmm.
Funes was Maxi Guion. Llano was Norberto Gonzalo. Albrecht was Elvira Oneto. Rosentak was George Lewis. Alicia was Julieta Valina. Walter was Damien Salemon. Juan was Agustin Retano. And that is the cast and crew. All right, let's get into our initial thoughts. If you say you liked this, I'm going to divorce you as a friend. Should I drop the papers?
No, I mean, I'm torn because there were things that I liked about it.
Let me run down ATERRADOS for you really quickly. Okay, so there's this creature that's also a ghost, except it's kind of not a ghost, and it can move across dimensions like an orange. It uses light and darkness or perspective, and it can move shit, and it likes blood, but also tap water or something. And it lives in the pipes, but also in the walls, and cupboards, and under beds. Somebody's like, okay, cool. No, wait, there's more. Also, there's a dead boy that comes back to life. Huh? Like Pet Cemetery. But what? ATERRADOS. This was awful. Awful. Just awful. This movie did not know what it wanted to be. This movie did not know what it wanted its lore to be.
Mm-hmm.
This was all, I don't understand what the fuck it was. It felt like it wanted to be Pulse, but at the same time, .rec.
Poltergeist, Phantoms.
Yeah. It tried to be too much shit at once.
Mm-hmm.
It started off decently strong. I have some nitpicks. I have a lot of nitpicks, but I have some nitpicks there. But, what worked for you? I guess we'll go there.
The practical effects on the creatures.
Okay, fair.
And I was intrigued by each person's investigation methods.
Mm-hmm.
But again, they didn't take those anywhere.
They didn't do a lot of anything with anything.
Yeah.
Like, you could have taken the boy completely out of the movie.
Yeah, and we'll touch upon that in mediocre.
Okay. Okay.
But yeah, it had me intrigued with their methods, but then it didn't do anything with their methods.
It didn't do anything with anything, really.
Mm-hmm.
Like, we named off, 4 or 5 movies right away off the top of our heads that it tried to be.
Mm-hmm.
You can't have it didn't even need to be linear as so much. You just can't have a focus if you don't have a focus.
Mm-hmm.
And if you can't focus on your movie, you can expect the audience to focus on your movie either. This has a 6.7 on IMDb and an 89% on Rotten Tomatoes. I don't understand.
Mm-hmm.
Ugh. You want to get into breakdowns?
Yes.
Okay. I don't know. They're making weird noises. What else can I say? I don't know. What was your favorite scene?
I think my favorite scene was there at the beginning with Chick slamming back and forth against in the bathroom.
Mm-hmm.
Because it was such a strong way to open it.
True. Yeah.
And yeah, it's like, holy shit, that's a little bit more extreme Poltergeist.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So, and yours?
Mine was when we first see the dead boy sitting at the table.
Mm-hmm.
I thought everything about that was really well done.
Mm-hmm.
The practical effects were well done. I'm assuming for some scenes it was a doll, but if it wasn't, kudos to the boy for sitting the fuck still. Was not expecting that.
Yeah.
And I thought it was really cool, just like how they did it and how it was shot and how he looked. All right, what was your holy shit moment?
Holy shit moment, I have 2.
Mm-hmm.
One was when the neighbor, Walter, when you first saw that thing under his bed.
Okay.
Because that was just, that did have me go, holy shit.
All right.
And the other was after the creature came out of the wall and killed the woman, and it was continuously coming out of the wall.
Mm-hmm.
I thought that was cool.
Mm-hmm.
But, yeah, that's about it.
My holy shit moment was when the boy got hit by the bus.
Oh, yeah, I forgot about that.
Dude,
Yeah.
nuts. That's the only one I had. I thought everything else was so... Well, let's segue to mediocre. What was your mediocre moment?
How long they spent on the boy
Mm-hmm.
and that storyline.
Mm-hmm.
Because I think that was like also the bulk of the entire conversation. All the lines, if you were to break them down, they were all mostly spoken during that entire segment.
Right.
Mediocre is also going to be just the absolute jarring flow of the movie.
Yeah. Or lack thereof.
Like, first we're going, as you brought up, linear, and then all of a sudden it's a flashback.
Yeah.
But not really that much cue as to that there's a flashback.
Mm-hmm.
And then we slam right back into the present.
Mm-hmm.
And then there might be a flashback.
Mm-hmm.
And even at the end, burning down the one house,
Mm-hmm.
then we're to believe that it's now a year later.
Yeah.
And then that bullshit jump scare ending
Yeah.
seemed like it would be the type of thing that
Bloomhouse.
yeah,
Yeah.
would tack on.
Yeah. All right. Well, some mediocre parts for me. I thought, what was his name? Juan? Juan's reaction to his wife slamming back and forth on the walls was funny. It was not the kind of reaction you'd expect from someone who's seeing their wife in midair going back. He's just like, "Aw." Just go back and watch it. This happened more than once in this movie. The reactions did not fit what was happening. So I wonder if they'd use like different takes. It just didn't make any sense to me. The music was horrible.
Mm-hmm.
It was overpowering. It tried to sell you the scene instead of the scene selling itself.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, a creature is walking away, and it's like, I'm like, just let the creature run away and listen to the footsteps.
Mm-hmm.
That'd be more jarring to me. It did it all the time, though. Anytime anything happened with a creature, ghost, whatever the fuck it was, it relied too heavily on, like, jarring, just distorted music, and I didn't like it. My favorite parts of the movie were with the boy. I thought that part of the movie worked. If they went with that, dead kids are coming back to life, or dead people are coming back to life. Why? And then we slowly build to this thing that's like a puppet master. I could have worked with that. But you tack on dead boy comes back to life with no real clue as his motivation. Like, why? And this has happened before. We believe you. You're some awfully understanding police. Mm-hmm. I've never seen a movie where, like, yes, we do not believe the rational thing. We believe the irrational, supernatural thing. I get what they were going for there. I thought the creature itself looked okay, but I thought its use was completely wrong in almost every single way. Nothing made any sense. Guy at the end spends like 400 years having a heart attack.
Mm-hmm.
This movie just failed at almost everything. It's been a year. Okay, first of all, you're just questioning him now?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, we're going to let you know he burned down everyone's houses, and, oh, by the way, it's been a year, and he's still at large. Hey, we're going to question you now for some fucking reason. He's there at the end. He throws a chair. So fucking what? That's what this movie could just be called, So Fucking What? You had a really cool opening scene with the lady slamming back and forth in the bathroom. Then everything after that was so fucking what? Like, you can't drop lore bits and not explain anything.
Mm-hmm.
Why does it like blood? Why does it use pipes to communicate? Why is it hiding in the walls? Why is it turning people into versions of a monster? Why? This movie should have been called K. Why? I don't know. I just everything about this movie is mediocre. The way it was shot, a lot of the acting, the story was complete bullshit. It was filmed poorly. It was edited really bad. The monster was not used correctly at all. This movie tried to be 400 different horror movies and trying to tell a bunch of different stories at once. It felt like an anthology movie in one movie.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, oh, we have this woman in the beginning, then we have this creature, but then we have this dead boy. It's like, well, you can't have all these fucking different things happening. You have to have a common thread. Even anthology movies have a common thread throughout them. They have an overarching story. But you can't use the creature as that because you're not explaining anything. So, yeah, mediocre is just... There's probably more in my notes, but it's just so much of the movie is mediocre. And, yeah. So there you go.
Which, the detective, His entire method of acting reminded me of Tom Sizemore.
I can see that. Yeah, yeah, I can see that. Definitely. Yeah, yeah. Ugh. If any, LOL moment.
Maybe like I don't know if it was intentionally LOL, but when Rosentalk was messing with his stuff and giving orders to the cop,
Uh-huh.
and the cop is just reacting to all the shit in the room, just moving on its own.
Uh-huh.
Maybe that.
Mine's also unintentional. It was a lot of the Funes's reactions, like you said, not just to that, but in general. Tom Sizemore it up. The reactions in this movie were not good. I can actually pinpoint, like, Walter was the only one who I thought had good reactions to shit. Other than that, So yeah, his reactions to not just that scene, but other scenes as well. And like, clean up. You need to clean up the blood. What? You clean up the blood.
It's your blood.
Yeah, it's your fucking. I wrote that in my notes. I was like, it's your fucking blood.
You're the one that had to go and poke around with the fucking knives stuck to the wall.
Jeez. And then just a lot of the creature stuff kind of made me laugh.
Mm-hmm.
Like when it reached out to grab Dr. Albrecht, I busted out laughing. It was bad PlayStation Resident Evil CGI stuff. And I get it might not have a budget, but if you can't do it good, don't do it.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, even await further instructions did it stop motion stuff way better. Or if you don't know how to do it, don't do it. Which is pretty much also another title for this movie. If you don't know how to do it, don't do it. Yeah, so there you go. Anything else you'd like to add? You want to go to my notes?
Notes is fine.
Philip's notes. I liked how Walter's all about saying, I haven't been able to sleep in weeks. Yet the previous night when he laid down, he went straight to sleep.
Mm-hmm.
Like the bed moved twice and he didn't move. It was the third time when he finally woke up. I'm like, dude, you just went to sleep.
Mm-hmm.
And not just sleeping, like laid head on pillow, just instantly out. I thought the specialist was very unprofessional and her receptionist was very rude.
Yeah, totally.
And then I thought, okay, if the creature ghost, whatever, is just knocking shit over in your house, it's gonna knock over the fucking video camera too. And then like Dr. Albrecht wants to visit Walter's house, and I thought, it's a little late. He tried to fucking get you. Assuming wherever we are in the timeline, as you said, it jumped all over the fucking place. And then my whole thing was, this is my own LOL moment that I sometimes make those for myself. I made one for myself this time too. We're each going to go into one of these 4 houses and we're going to get proof to use, to prove out what's going on and prove this guy's innocence and all this. And I thought, okay, we need proof. Your Honor, I put some clock hands in some water. Okay, what you got? I use my magic armillary sphere box with the crystals. Okay, what you got, Rosendock? I use my ghost hunting machine. That was their fucking equipment. It was... when the guy had the clock hands in the water. Another LOL moment. I fucking busted out laughing. Like, this is so stupid. What are you doing? Like, you didn't explain anything. Okay, if you're trying to locate it, okay. If you're trying to find the nest, say that.
Mm-hmm.
Then like, we found the nest. Then everyone go to that house. Everyone go to that house and y'all focus on that house together. When Jono was on the phone call, he's like, here's her number, 4242-1603. By the way, who is this? I was like, dude, you should probably ask that first. That's like the most important thing before you give out somebody's information. The mom somehow unearths her son again. He's in the back seat. And then in a scene that was actually kind of cool a little bit, Dr. Lady runs out with her head like completely twisted backwards.
Yes.
That was kind of neat. And then I said, the dude's having like a forever heart attack. So I'm having a heart attack, but let me stop the car for no fucking reason and smoke. And I just so happen to have 2 cans of gasoline. Yay. And then I wrote, what about the other houses? Like, you use all your gasoline on this one house. And that's not even the nest. Go to the nest. I thought it was a little interesting that Janos was blowing the matches out. Yeah, those are my notes. Anything else you'd like to add? You want to go to final thoughts?
Final thoughts is fine.
Final thoughts are, don't see this movie. Don't see this movie. It was an absolute waste of an hour and a half. I was hoping it would get better.
Yes.
I don't know how it has such positive ratings on both sites, but this is completely skippable in every single way. Every movie is trying to mimic. There are better versions of it.
Mm-hmm.
This was just bad. This was bad. This was just really bad.
Yeah, well, I think it had a cool premise. It definitely did not know what it wanted to be. or what direction to take itself.
Meh.
So yeah, I wouldn't recommend it either.
Yeah. All right, that takes care of final thoughts. But before we go, as pertains to ATERRADOS, what did we learn?
Well, I mean, I learned that paranormal investigators in Argentina never heard of the premise. It's not a good idea to split up.
I learned that confusing movie is confusing, and that if you're going to give an award to anyone in the movie, give it to the dead boy because he looked cool. And if it really was him sitting at the table, then yeah, awesome. Good job.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that wraps up day 24. Thank you for listening. If you have unfortunately seen ATERRADOS, tell us what you thought of the movie in the comments below. If you like the video, please hit the like button, share it with your friends or cool people who might dig the Vizcast. And please subscribe to the channel, including hitting that notification bell to stay up to date on the newest content. Speaking of, for day 25, we'll be watching the movie Down a Dark Hall. I have no idea what this is about, but you've been recommending it all month, so we're finally going to get to it.
Yay!
So, until tomorrow, once again, my name is Philip.
And I'm TJ.
And we'll return then to talk about Down a Dark Hall. Goodbye.
Bye.